And I feel bad about this, but I don't, because the Most High gave this brother a gift of music, and he got a gift of music. All right, his name is he's got 16.5 thousand subscribers because he can sing. But I'm gonna say this: the nigga don't teach no Bible. He don't teach no Torah. And whenever we came to him, it's like, I hate that fake internet presence. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate that fake internet presence, because those who met me, those who know me, they know that I am they know that I'm sincere. I don't know what I look like from my outer appearance. So people might be like, I'm big, but to me, I look little. In my eyes, I'm little. To me, somebody might say something that's positive about me, but to me, I'll think like, nah, not so much. I'm like Shy Ronnie. If y'all ever seen that Shy Ronnie off of Saturday Night Live, to me, I'm Shy Ronnie. Okay, and it might not seem like it, because when I'm speaking on the internet, I'm like, yo, I'm dropping whatever Yahweh give me to say. Or when you meet me in person, I'll say whatever Yahweh gives me to say. But in my spirit, I'm really a shy Ronnie. You know why? Because I have a fear of failure. All right. I don't want to disappoint Yahweh. All right. Um, and the reason why I say that is because, whenever I'm ministering, whenever I'm doing something, I'm sincerely really doing it for Yahweh by Shem Mashiach Yahushai. Like a lot of our ministers, like Bam, like our brothers, the majority of everybody who I associate, who I kick it with, have a sincere passion for Yahweh. All right. How music. All right. Northern Kingdom. All right. I kick it with a lot of Northern Kingdom brothers. I might be Northern Kingdom myself. And I'm going to tell you, I think I might be Ephraim, because these Judite Negroes be vexing the hell out of me. They be vexing me. I might be Ephraim, because these Judite Negroes be vexing. The point of saying that is that's an Israelite joke. All right. You got to know the scriptures to get that. All right. But the point of saying that is to say, it's so weird, because it's like these Negroes that's going so far stupid left field. It's like they get popularity and they get views and they get numbers and they get all this. But these Negroes don't teach Yahweh. They don't teach the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't teach the prophecies. They don't. I said they don't teach. They don't teach. That was something my elder Parazah pointed out to me. He was like, sometimes you mix up. I was like, yeah, I've been doing that since I was a kid, since I was little. Like, instead of saying don't teach, I'd be like, you don't teach. All right. It's weird, but I know I do it. But the point of saying that is to say, we'll see these people who profess their love, and these are the ones who actually get publicity or get play. Like Israel United in Christ is one of the worst teachers that I can. These Negroes, they're trash as far as their teachings. And the reason why I say that is because some of the stuff they be saying is so stupid. Like full moon is new moon. That is dumb. They teach you can have sex on the Sabbath. That is dumb. Women can come to the Shabbat convocation when they're on their period. That is dumb. But when you look at it, their publication is through the roof. But then you got sisters like our sister Aina. She can chop them down in 2.5 seconds. The sister Aina, she's on here right now, and she's up here. She says, "Khan Khan." That's y'all watch out for her, man. That sister is a cold piece of cookie in this ministry. All right, our no cap. Everybody that's from, I'm gonna say, if you're following Bam, if you've been following Bam on down, if you've diligently, sincerely been following Bam, all right, then you stand a chance, okay? Because the brother Bam, man, he's my fellow officer. I've had the blessing of being able to speak the scriptures in Puerto Rico. We were in Luisa. We were in Luisa, Puerto Rico, PR, and Bam was standing there, and he was ministering against murderers, against hardcore. Everybody know you don't go to Luisa. All right, you go to Luisa, that's where the Moranos are, So if you with no cap, you're in a safe place. All right. So the point of me saying all that is to say this, those of you who are being consistent, who are being diligent in the way, stay diligent, stay consistent. Don't be double-minded. And that's going to segue us into what we're saying. I hope that Zaquan Nathaniel, which they possibly will not be, but they may see this later. I hope that they do and will see this, and I'll explain it later. Let me explain it now. Zaquan Nathaniel is the elder of Torah and law enforcement. All right. Zaquan Parazah, very knowledgeable elder. I will be speaking my piece coming up very soon. I won't hold everybody up. Okay. I don't have any more songs to play. But I said all that to say, because this dude that I'm about to play, Rise in Greatness with Prince David, fucking fake. It's just so fake. Like, I can't, I usually don't talk like that, especially on live. In public, in private, I might, but just so fake. And the reason why I say that is because he went from believing into the Messiah to being non-messianic. And now, the views is through the roof, which whatever. I'm not going to not play the music though. I'll be helping the views go up, because why? It's praise music. All right. If I hear something that's off, I'll be like, you know what? I'll cut it. All right. But I'm done. I hate this fakeness. Like, this new generation of Israelites are weird. They're weirdos. They're so weird. They're weird. Like, they're so fake. Because a lot of us, we were in the streets. A lot of us 80s babies, on down. These 90s, they're weird as all get out. Because we came into the truth repenting, knowing that we were wrong, that we did wrong. And this newer generation, to them, it's like a cliche. To them, it's like a fad. To them, it's like, we Israelites, so I'm going to cuss a whole bunch on my song. I'm an Israelite, and it's weird, and I don't like it, and it's uncomfortable, and it makes me want to back up, because I can't rock with fakeness. But it encourages me when I see Zaquan Zabak still going, when I see Zaquan Shalamah, when I see LOZ, when I see GMS, when I see even Sakari. And I don't agree with everything Sakari teaches, all right? And I've made that public statement. I don't believe sex alone is marriage, all right? I don't believe in the lunar cycle. You count new moon. I will say this, though. Sakari has never taught against Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and Sakari has never taught against the law, statutes, and commandments. Some of their views might not be the same as ours, but it's going to be like that till Christ comes, all right? It's going to be like that until Christ comes, all right? The reality of the reality of the matter is this right here. We're not going to all see things eye to eye. All right. But as long as you all and we, let me get one scripture. Okay. Okay. Hold your thoughts. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20, KJV, Blue Letter Bible. Now, I don't mind speaking against any Israelite community camp, congregation, school, because I'm not a respecter of persons. And they know that about me. Like, I can say some stuff, but you really got to prove me wrong and be like, well, hey, that brother was off of that. And if you can't do that, then shut up. If you can't do that, then yo, shut up. But the reality of it is this right here. Sakari doesn't teach against blatantly against the Messiah, or you might not agree with their views on hell. Like, they think hell is on earth. That's stupid as firecrackers in a cat's bottom. That's stupid. Hell is not on earth. But whatever. They don't teach against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and they don't teach against Christ. They might teach some stuff that you don't agree with. Like, I don't agree. I'll be like, yo, I ain't rocking with that. And then I'll say why I'm not rocking with it. IUIC, same thing. GMS, same thing. But the reality of it is that Sakari does not teach, and all the other communities I just named off, they don't teach against what's Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. Let me start the screen share real quick, and I want to show y'all. And everybody need to have Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. And now listen, here's also my stance. You got to be spiritually solidified, strong, and you got to be able to back up what you're saying, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to go into an arena like sex alone is not marriage. I have no problem saying that, because when I was talking to a specific brother, the Negro, he didn't hold his post and he abandoned his post whenever we was talking about sex alone not being marriage. And then I seen them use dastardly tactics, as was told to me, dastardly tactics. I was like, dastardly tactics? I was like, that's wicked as hell, to try to throw people off their pivot. But it's hard to throw me off my pivot, because once you get me off balance, like I see when people are trying to get me off balance, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I just switch my stance and I just attack it like this. And that's all through the Father. As far as all these schools that we might not agree with, as long as they're doing Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20, then there's no reason to be against them, because when Yahawashi come back, Yahawashi, or whether you say Yahawashi, the master, by the authority of our Heavenly Father, he's going to gather us based off of Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20 says, to the law. Stop right there. To the law, statutes, commandments, the judgments, all right, the things that the Most High told us to follow. To the law, look at this, and, y'all see that? To the law, that's the Torah. Y'all see this word, and? To the testimony. So these are the two things that we're supposed to be speaking off of. To the laws of the Most High, and let me highlight it, to the laws and to the testimony. So if somebody, like, I can't rock with non-Messianics. I don't rock with Malachi Maccabee. I don't even consider him to be a Maccabee. The Maccabees gave their lives for the Torah. I consider him to be a Malachi Magus, and I don't flinch from my perspective. And the reason being is because the original Malachi Maccabee, he was like, you know, these One West alphabet Negroes, they're going to have a date with the snake and all that foolery he was talking. And then Yahweh ended up rebuking him. And now he looks like an idiot. And we need to pray that Yahweh don't allow us to make us. Yahweh doesn't allow to make us look like he made Malachi fall off. The scripture says if a man is to be deceived, the Lord has deceived him. So Malachi Magus, who I call him because he's deceived a lot of people, who used to be Malachi Maccabee, which I had blessed, wonderful times with Malachi Maccabee from St. Louis. But that brother, man, you know, he's gone. That brother's gone. I pray that he comes back. The point of me saying all that is to say this. He taught, the old one, he taught to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So whenever we're dealing with people, if they're not speaking according to the Torah and according to the law, the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach, listen, we can have our differences. The master is going to sort that out. He's going to sort that out. I got some brothers that I'm arguing with right now because they believe that full moon is new moon, which is dumb, because full moon is not new moon. There's some brothers that believe waxing crescent is new moon, which is kind of borderline dumb, because they're not too far off. But when you go all the way up to the full moon, nigga, you way off. You way off. You way off. You got to count 14.9.5 days to get back down to in inferior conjunction, or what's also known as interlunar, what's also known as the silent moon, what's also known as new moon. All right. So the point of me saying all that is to say, you know, we can have our disagreements. It's okay. As long as they teach according to the law, statutes, and commandments, judgments, because you got to put judgments in there too. Law, statutes, commandments, judgments. And as long as they teach according to the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach, then we got common grounds. We still brethren. But I don't deal with non-messianics. I don't. I'll be cordial, but a non-messianic to me is like you worse than an atheist, because at least the atheists believe in something. You don't, non-messianic, you don't. If you a so-called modern day Christian and you don't believe in keeping the commandments of the Most High, I don't rock with you. You like you like a person that needs to be woken up, and you like a person that needs to be helped, because I used to didn't know either. So the point of saying all that is to say this right here. When we are ministering, we got to keep this in the perspective. It's to let me read this again. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. And everybody's had this memorized. Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony. See that? And to the testimony. So we know it's the law of Yahweh and it's to the testimony of Yahweh Shai. It's not to the testimony of anybody else. It's to the testimony of the one that Moses prophesied about. He said, there will be another prophet that will come after me, whose voice you shall listen to. And he will say all the words of his father. And anybody who doesn't listen to him, they'll have to answer to the Most High. All right? That's Yahweh Shai. I paraphrase. I speak it as a man. He says what? If they speak it not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that's why some of our people be off. Like right now, should no Israelite. I know the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, she was wicked as hell. She followed the course of her wicked forefathers. But y'all got to remember, the Most High said, rejoice not at the death of thy greatest enemy. Listen, the scriptures literally tell us in two places, in Ecclesiastes and in Proverbs. So all these Israelites that's doing this on Facebook, it's because they have bad behavior and you Negroes ain't correcting them. If you know the scriptures, correct them. Correct them. If you know the scriptures, the Most High says to rejoice not at the death of thy greatest enemy. Yo, hold on, wait a minute. Keep your own soul diligent. That's what Masha told us, Deuteronomy chapter 4. Keep your own soul diligent. Watch for your own soul. So we have biblical characteristics that we're supposed to follow. I'm going to keep it 1200 with you all the time. If I used to be a jerk, I'm going to find scriptures that's opposite of how I used to be. I might have some jerk residue in me, but I'm constantly trying to wash that off. So what we should be doing is trying to find ways to correct ourselves based off how the scriptures tell us to be. All right. Let me go ahead and stop the screen share. So this is very important scripture right here. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, they speak not according to this word is because there is no light in them. Don't overlook that. Don't read past it very fast. And don't be like, oh, yeah, I heard that. I read that. Listen, you got to apply it for your life. You got to apply it for you. All right. You got to apply it. Okay. So let's get this real quick. Now, let me go ahead and get to this because we're well into the Shabbat. All right. So the sun is down to the west of me, to the east of me. The sun is down. So let me go ahead and get to this. All right. So today, I will not be doing a Torah portion lesson today. The reason I will not be doing a Torah portion lesson today is because recently, throughout all praise, please share this video. All right. You got a beautiful daughter of Israel. She's always encouraging, saying, share this out, like this video. All right. All praise, man. I really appreciate your ministry by Shema Shekel Shah. Hallelujah. All right. So, so what we're going to do is I'm going to speak on this matter real quick. Mac News need to promote this. Okay. Every Israelite school need to know this. Okay. So there's an elder. His name is Chaarawtazayah Bon Oliver Jr. He doesn't back off when he has a subject that the Most High has given him. He is a very staunch teacher. He's the one Yahweh used to bring me into the truth back when I was a wicked Negro, banging Hoover Gangster Criminal. And right when I got out of prison, when I got my first, contract, my first job working, he wasn't afraid to approach me. He came up to me. He showed me stupid, mad love. He showed me stupid love. All right. And I love Zaquan Chaarawtazayah. I love Zaquan Nathaniel. These are my elders. Okay. But I also love you. I also love you as, community elders, brothers. The point of saying all that is to say this. That's been over 12 years ago. When the Most High first brought me into the truth, I asked a question. And it's because I started researching. When I learned how to keep the Shabbat, I learned there were certain things that we weren't supposed to do. No buying. All right. No selling. All right. So you mean I can't go to the store? I can't buy nothing? What if my daughter need diapers? And he broke it down for me really easy right there. He was like, well, I mean, come on, man. If your daughter need diapers, you have some diapers on deck. You should already have some diapers, man. Come on, man. And then if you don't have diapers, you can have those hand wash diapers, those old school diapers that you see in the cartoons. You can wash them. So Zaquan Chaarawtazayah always had an excellent answer for everything. Whenever I ask him a question, he always does. He always has had. All right. So when no buying. Okay. So what about no selling, man? I can't say. Well, I really wasn't much of a seller. I'm not much of a seller, so I was like, you know what? No big deal. Not selling stuff. Okay, no big deal. Okay, all right. What about work, man? I gotta work. I gotta work on the Sabbath. I gotta work, don't I? I gotta work, right? You gotta work. Well, you don't gotta work. What you gotta do is you gotta get all your work done before the Sabbath. Oh, I gotta get all my work done before the Sabbath. Okay. So that means I got to go extra. Yeah, the day of preparation is the 6th day. Now, listen, y'all, this is over 10 years ago. So for 10 years, for a decade, for over 10 years, I've been keeping this custom of what I was taught from the beginning. And this is the custom that I've been teaching others to do. All right. So the point of me saying that is to say, so I'm like, okay, so no work. Okay, I got that. No buying. Okay, we can prepare. And that's why y'all might see me like I'm always advocating prepare. The day of preparation, prepare. Get all your stuff, get all your buying, selling, your work, get all it done. Prepare on the Shabbat. Okay. Pleasures. Yo, what's pleasures? Oh, well, when it comes to pleasures, okay, extravagant. Listen, for those of you who don't know, please go to Zaquan Parrazah's Facebook, go to his YouTube, subscribe to him. You will get a wealth of knowledge that I do not have. I have no problem saying that. All of his students have learned excellently. All right. I'm pretty sure there's more hood students. I'm one of his gangster students. All right. When the Most High woke me up, when I was in truth, I was banging on. He came up to me. He was like, "Hey, you kind of look like an Israelite." I was like, "What's up, cuz? Hey, what you call me?" And now look, today I wear red mitris. Hallelujah. I was like, "Hey, assalamu alaikum, my nigga." But the point of saying that is to say, when I asked these questions was, so I could know what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life from here on out. All right, so here's the issue. Now, recently, there's been an edict that's been put forth. The edict is that we're not to use any electricity on the Shabbat. My concern is that I asked over 10 years ago, what about electricity? Why? Because when I didn't know the principles of how Yasha'Allah was keeping things, I looked up how the Jewish people were keeping things. So I looked up, what are we supposed to do? And then I found out these ultra orthodox, which I didn't even know what that means. They didn't use no electricity on a Shabbat. They wouldn't start a car. I literally had full arguments with people online and face to face because they would say something to me like, "Oh, you ain't keeping the Sabbath. You ain't because you know why you keeping Sabbath? You're not keeping Sabbath because whenever you go and you turn on a light switch, there's a spark. There's a spark that happens inside the wall, and that wall is it's electricity. That electricity is the same as causing fire, and therefore you're not keeping the Sabbath. So you can't tell me you a Sabbath." See, but these same people, they weren't into keeping the Sabbath at all. So while I was trying to promote the people what I learned from the beginning to keep the Shabbat day holy, and when they were arguing at me, and I'm going back, I'm like, "Yo, Zaquan, yo, man, they telling me like if I even start a car, that the car is a combustion engine and it lights a fire. So when it lights a fire, now I done broke the Shabbat." I'm like, "Yo, Zaquan, what's up with this?" And I'm going to say this publicly. At the time, the answer that I was given is not the answer that's being propagated now. I'm not wishy-washy. I'm not flip-floppy. I didn't go from Crip to Blood, from Folk to Vice Lord. I didn't go switch and say, listen, when I found out we were Israelites, that we were the children of the Most High to keep his law, statutes, and commandments, guess what I did? I went and taught everybody. I taught my father. I taught my mother. Bashem Mashiach El-Shai. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High. Everything that I was taught at that time, even to the level of growth now, is what I taught. So my issue is I have never been a flip-floppy person. Even if a person don't understand me, like you might not know like why I move the way I move, why I'm doing what I'm doing. I might be thinking about it. I might be doing something while I'm not telling you, but I'm getting myself worked out. The fact of the matter is this right here. You can't come to me 10 years later and say, Chaarawtazayah, you're not supposed to be wearing fringes. Chaarawtazayah, I just found out that our fringes are actually supposed to be, something else. Because I'm going to be like, nah, because this is what I've been studying for years. This is what I've been looking at. This is what I've not only told other people, but this is what I've been following for years. When I first came into, I hate I statements. When Yahweh first brought me into the wake up of understanding that we were Israelites, I asked all the significant questions that I thought of, including why don't we not use electricity on the Sabbath? Why? So is it okay? Is it okay for us to drive from where we are across the country? It's okay as long as you don't buy or sell. As long as you don't go into the gas station and you don't buy any gas. So therefore, okay, well, how do we do that, Zaquan? Zaquanium. How do we do that, elders? Well, what you do is you make sure on the day of preparation, and this is what I teach others today. On the day of preparation, what you do is you buy enough gas to make it to where you're going. And even if you run out of gas, you stop on the side of the road and you keep the Shabbat. You keep the Sabbath day holy. Don't buy no gas. Don't be like those people that be like, if your ox is in a ditch, if your ass is in a ditch, then you can buy. It's good to do good on the Sabbath. Don't be like those people, but rather spend the whole day praising Yahweh with no gas on the side of the road. And guess what? I've done that. I give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh by Shema Shach Shah. I got a rib that can testify, and she knows. I have family members that can testify, and they know that we purposefully did not buy or sell on the Shabbat. I would go up in there and I'll be like, hey, what you doing? Nah, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. Nah, we're not doing that. We drove as far as we can get. Hey, you know what? I thought I calculated enough gas. I didn't get it. You know what? We'll get there a little bit late. We're going to get there right on time. Don't come to me 10 years later and then try to be like, oh, well, you got to do this. I ain't doing it. Not only am I not doing it, I'm not going to teach it because it's flip-floppy. It's fugazi. It's wavery. It's double-mindedness. And I can't teach Israelites to be like that when my elder taught me to be solid. My elder taught me to be solid. So now my elders want to teach me a different way that I don't know that way. That's strange to me. That's strange to me. So if you all get on and you online and you see me teaching on the Shabbat, I might be in another country teaching. But the fact of the matter is we're speaking this gospel and we're teaching. I know that, listen, here goes something else. I know that everything I say is being documented, being recorded, being written down. It's probably going to be rebutted. I know what's coming. But I also know this. I'm purposeful in my speech. I'm purposeful in what I'm saying because I'm not flip-floppy. And ain't nobody just about to be like, put a battery up in my back and then I'm just going to switch. I don't flip gator. I can't listen. Look, once I know what I'm supposed to do, I do it. Now, here goes something else that's a reality. When we learn that there might be some more details, okay, you know what? There's some more details. I didn't know that. But if I asked you 10 years ago, what are we supposed to do with this? And I'm shown and told to do this, You know what? I can't switch from 107 to Grape Street. I can't switch from HGC to Rolling 20s. I can't switch from Bounty Hunter Blood over to BGD. I'm not flip-floppy. I'm not wavering. I can't do it. What I can do is I can teach our people the law, statutes, and the commandments. If Yahweh rebukes me for being online and for teaching the Torah online, and I know that the Father's given us a worldwide audience. See, here's the problem. We've already been given a standard. Don't come and pull the rug from up under everybody's feet just because you comfortable. Just because you comfortable. Don't come and pull the rug from up under everybody's feet. Don't do that. Because now you got a bunch of different Yasha'alim who's expecting to hear the Torah on the Shabbat. Now, here go an option. Here go a solution. What we can do is we teach the Torah portion regularly every Shabbat day. All right, everybody knows that. If it's not me, it's my Akwatian. Sometimes our Yaladium teach the Torah portion. And whenever we have the sisters teach, then they will publicly make a statement. They'll say, we're not teaching men. We're only teaching women and children. If you have any questions, call Chaarawtazayah, Isaiah Yasha'Allah. They'll give you my personal phone number. So the women are never teaching men ever. They're always teaching women and children. And whenever they're teaching children, they always make a proclamation that it's for children of the age of men of the age of 19 on down, because according to the Torah, when you become 20, you're eligible to go to war. So we consider that to be a man of war. Mao, M-O-W stands for men of war. The point of saying that is to say this. So now there's a foundation that's been built. And the foundation is that we teach the 12 tribes and the Gentiles through social media, through public, through the internet. But when this question was asked over a decade ago, this answer wasn't given. So my official stance, my official statement, and I've gotten phone calls. I've been on officer councils. There's going to be a council that I have to speak on again. My stance is not going to change at this moment. Now, I will say this. There's nothing wrong with growth. So if I find out that the question I asked over 10 years ago is finally being answered, and it's like, oh, well, I found out. Here go another thing about me. You got to show me. You can't listen. A person can't use a whole bunch of words and just manipulate and persuade me. You got to show me. You got to show me. You got to prove it to me. Bahathawara and the prophets and the gospel. And then you got to remember, I already have my mind made up. Like we don't tell me that this is what we're going to be doing. And then 10 years later say, oh, we're not doing that. 10 years. Hey, over 10 years. Hey, man, put your socks on, then put your shoes on. You know what? Don't put no socks on. Just put your shoes on, because we didn't wear socks back in the day. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's uncomfortable. So the point of saying all such is to say is that there are men of Yasha'Allah who have been operating like this for years. There's men, there's women of Yasha'Allah who have been operating like this for years. Now, I think I said everything that I need to say for right now. When it was first presented to me, I was like, no, you know what? I got other stuff to do. I got other stuff to think about. I got other stuff to teach. You know what? Yeah. So Groundworks 20XX. I apologize. I don't know what 20XX means. So I'm kind of a square. I'm kind of a lame. So I'm just gonna say 20XX. So what I'm gonna say is this right here. I don't teach that. I don't teach that. I haven't taught that since Yahweh brought me into the way. All right. But now it's being presented for us to teach, to speak, to say. What I would encourage you to do is to stay close so that you can learn more. Now, let me say this too. Let me be fair. Let me say this. If you choose to not turn on no lights, no fans, no TVs, no internet, no cell phones, don't even turn on your water, because your water is ran through a power company. The power company is using steam. That steam comes from water that's heated up, and now you're converting the energy, and you're changing the molecules of the kindled fire. So don't use no hot water on a Shabbat. Now, if you choose that, then I think that's very, very modest of you. And I think that that's an effort that's worthy of recognition, and that's worthy of admiration. Okay? I'm going to say that. So there's some people who live in the mountains by themselves, and they don't have to communicate with nobody except for the people that they're in the same house with, or the people that they're on the same block with. There's some people that's actually in those situations. And I don't want to go too much into it because every word will be used against me in a court of law. So I won't go into every word. I will say this, though. If you choose to, when the Shabbat comes, turn off all the lights and to use candles, I commend you. I commend you. I was prepared to do that. Keep dropping them jewels, all right? Keep dropping them jewels. All praise, hallelujah. All right. So no cap, keep dropping them jewels. The water, stay humble in the spirit. All right. We do have a conference call on the subject. All right. Now, I want everybody to pay attention to these scriptures that no cap is bringing forward. Nation of kings and priests. Okay. All right. All right. So I will say this. For those who choose to walk that walk, I commend you. I salute you. One West salute. And maybe our nation will grow into that. I'm going to say this for the house of Chaarawtazayah. That's my name. Chaarawtazayah. Chaarawtazayah. My name means Yahweh is patient. Yahweh is diligent. Yahweh is long-suffering. That's what my name means. I'm going to say this. For the house of Chaarawtazayah, we're going to stick and hold fast to the original teaching that we learned from the beginning. I can't be swayed and moved by every wind and doctrine that comes, whether it's from my elders or whether it's from some people that I don't know. I can't, because I'm going to show myself to be unstable. I can't be unstable. I can't show myself to be unstable. And here's the sad part about it, is that instead of our elders bringing it subtly, like being subtle, like, you know what, hey, you know what, we're considering this. Hey, how did everybody think about this? It was just blasted on social media. It was just blasted in front of everybody to see, so everybody could be like, and then it's like, if you don't do this, then you're off. When Malak Duad comes, when Yahushua comes back, I pray, I hope. And somebody might be like, well, you know, you praying and hoping don't matter because we showed you and you didn't do it. They might say that. I don't know. But this is what I'm going to say. We're going to use Facebook. We're going to use this wicked tool. We're going to use social media. This word is going to go out throughout the four corners of the earth. And I am humbly grateful that Yahweh has chosen this wicked, stinky, the back of my ears smell like cheese and spaghetti vessel. When I take this mitri off, when I take these fringes off, and I'm laying in the bed and my pot belly is right there, and I can do the bongos, when I'm laying there passing gas in my sleep and I'm just a stinky dude with no holy garments on, no Bible, nothing like that, ultimately, I'm just a nigga trying to stay out of hell. I'm just another brother trying to stay out of hell. And I pray and I hope that if even our elders don't agree with this, that Yahweh sees that what we're attempting to do is continue to teach this ministry throughout the four corners of the earth. I got so many words to say, so many things to bring forward. All right.